Good evening and welcome to Sunday Politics on Trust TV. I'm Iliyasu Gadu. Tonight, we examine Nigeria's politics as shifting alliances and policy choices fuel public anger. From the tax law row to a weakening position, claims of reduced civil space and harsh economic pressure, these issues now shape the run-up to 2027. Many citizens say they feel shut out, unheard and stretched. On Sunday Politics tonight, we have Honorable Idris Kalgo, political affairs analyst and businessman, to break down what this means for you and your vote. Honorable Idris Kalgo, thank you for coming.
Thank you, Iliyasu.
Well, let's begin first with the political landscape of Nigeria and the issues. As you see, we have a lot of issues, competing for attention and trending and competing for attention.
Absolutely.
We have the issue, the ever-present issue of insecurity. We have the issues of the tax laws and variants of it. We have the issue of, the tax law and the issues concerning it. We have a lot of things. We have over 4 or 5 issues trending now in the political space.
Sure.
What is your assessment?
Thank you. I would like to start by apologizing to our leaders. So people like Sir Amadu Bello, Tafawa Balewa, Nnamdi Azikiwe, and Owolawo. Why am I apologizing to them is because these were leaders who have actually set this country on a straight path that meant well for Nigerians. But unfortunately, the APC government put an end to this legacy of what these our leaders have put in place. The APC governments have put us in a situation whereby nobody can even breathe. We have a president who announced himself at the middle of the night, 4 a.m. Presidents who see the government, the presidency itself, as his own personal property. So I would like to say that a lot of things have been put in place in a wrong way. And in 2027 is going to be a time and a different campaign and a different year.
Can you be specific on those things that have been put on the wrong way by the present administration or by this president?
Okay, let me start with the issue of the tax reform of a thing. This is a president that on his first day, on the day of the inauguration, he said subsidy is gone. Not minding, without putting things in place, without having a proper channels on how he's going to implement this first subsidy so that it will caution some hardship for the citizens. That very day was the beginning that Nigerians start suffering. You mean
they have not been suffering before then? Are you saying that Nigerians have not been suffering before?
They have been suffering before, but this is a suffering pro max for the first time. You see a civil servant, all the civil servants have become taxi drivers in Abuja. Go and check at where you go to Secretariat, you will see them, all of them are now like this. They are now all taxi drivers because they cannot afford it. How much is a bag of rice? How much do they get to buy a common loaf of bread? How much is the salary? The minimum wage is just ordinary 70,000 naira. They can't even give. So how can they survive? What caution have you bring to ease their problems? Nothing.
Yeah, but there were palliatives. Palliatives given out, and the government says, look, there's a lot of money available now to subnationals, that's the states, because of the subsidy. The quantum of money that states now receive, it's huge, bigger than what they used to receive, and that should be able to provide some succor to the people of this country by virtue of the removal of subsidies. And the government itself has said, look, we have done a lot of things. A lot of palliatives have been given and all that to cushion the effects. So now you're talking about this. Can't you say that there's disconnect between what you say?
When you talk palliatives to the masses or to the governors? I don't understand.
No, I mean,
because it goes to the government.
What is available now?
It goes only to the governors.
At the FAC.
It only goes to the governors.
Yeah, but the governors who blame the government, the governors, not the government per se, because the government says it has done what it can do by virtue of giving the states more money. In fact, the quantum is about 30 or 40%. So now, why should you blame the federal government or the government of President Tinubu for doing that?
Who is supposed to enforce all these things? Is it not the presidency?
Yeah, to some
Good.
extent.
And then at a point, we expect the presidency in a country where government is working, the presidency should come on the public, tell the Nigerians how much and how much have you given to this particular state, and what is this money for? Is it the money just for the governors to lavish between them, only for themselves and their families? Or is it for them to prepare for 2027 for him? What are they for? Because I don't understand the federal government are giving money, but the people are crying on a daily basis. I am sure if you check your fund only just today, you have more than almost 50 people requesting for money from you. And where are the people? The grassroots. And they are the ones suffering. Look at it here only in Abuja, for example. Not to even talk to you, not to even go to states. The people that are suffering in Abuja, there are people that have more than 10 to 20 people under them. And most people in the states depend on these people in Abuja who they think they are working, they're getting enough to feed them. But they cannot anymore.
But isn't that their responsibility? If for instance, your means cannot support 2 or 3 people, your immediate family members, and then you have now committed yourself to providing for 10 people who are not within your own family commitments, immediate family commitments, why should you blame the government on that?
Thank you for this. We all go to school for a purpose, because we want to be educated and then to get a job or business. It is the responsibility of the government to provide job opportunities, especially to the youths, and then also to create atmosphere for business. Where is the atmosphere for the business? It's not there. Have the government created any jobs for the youth especially?
Have you forgotten the, I mean, are you saying that some of the measures, put out by the government to encourage businessmen like you and others to take advantage of that climate of business, conducive business environment, is the government now, the responsible government now to say, having created opportunities, now the government should be the one to now get people down and say, this is it? Can't people take advantage of that?
Do you have any idea how many businesses have crushed from the very day he declared subsidy is gone? Have the government provided enough electricity for people to run a small-scale businesses, especially the youths? What are the youths doing in Nigeria? Absolute nothing. You finish you go to university, you finish, send you to, even at the National Youth Service Corps, you have to lobby to even get to a place where you can be retained for you just to serve for this period of 1 year.
But would you blame the government on that?
Absolutely, I will, because it is the responsibility of the government to provide jobs for the youths and to create business atmosphere. If there's no business atmosphere, how will they survive? How can they even think of a business? They keep saying that Nigerian youths are not productive. Well, we are very much productive, but there's no atmosphere for that. The government does not even see the youths as they don't even see the youth as something that they can even work on with. The only thing we get is SA and then PAs. At the age of 30, you are still living in your parents' house.
But at that age, at the age the youth are, you're supposed to be innovative. You're supposed to find ways, pathways. You're supposed to think and find pathways to take advantage of the opportunities. After all, that's what the youth is all about. And if the youths cannot find those pathways, how can you now blame the government?
Thank you. Let me ask you for example now. The issue of insecurity. Who's responsible to bring peace and harmony between the citizens? Is it not the government?
Yes, yes.
And then who's supposed to bring an atmosphere for the youths to have a business? Something like electricity. At least what I mean about atmosphere, we have some countries that created this atmosphere. Okay, look, we have this kind of a thing, into farming, go into innovation of a thing. What are they doing about it? The only thing we see is just lavishing the money, the people's money, enjoying themselves between them and their families only. Look at even our schools, for example. The only schools right now are now the private schools. How many people can send their children to private school? They see the government school as if like they're low-level schools now. So the children of the masses are suffering. They have nothing. There's nothing like a presence of governments in these rural areas in Nigeria. Nothing, absolutely nothing. And then we have a president who thinks that this government is like he owns the government. And then now you're talking about tax reform of a thing. The same tax reform of a thing, How many people are going to survive it? Lots of businesses, about 90% of Nigerian businesses crashes because of this subsidy of the removal, without nothing to show about it, and then now you are still bringing the tax. How many businesses can survive this issue of the tax of a thing?
So, okay, let me, you talked about, a while ago, you talked about insecurity.
Yes.
And you happen to come from Kebbi State.
Yes.
Which is one of the areas where insecurity is ravaging. A couple of weeks or a month ago, there was an incident in which some a school was raided by bandits, and they kidnapped about scores of girls and students. And well, eventually it was the children were rescued. But you, as coming from Kebbi and a stakeholder in Kebbi State, have you done anything in terms of practical things, in terms of trying to, solve the problem, or even, getting people together, talking to government of Kebbi State to try to see how, this issue could be, resolved one way or the other?
Both the federal and the state government don't even listen, because they feel, like I said earlier, as if like they own the people, like they own the government, like it's a private entity. That's how they see the government.
But this affects people at the grassroots, people that they govern, people that voted them to power. And you have very important stakeholders coming from Kebbi State. You have very, very highly placed personalities from Kebbi State who have made their marks, in Nigerian public, in state and Nigerian public lives. Why can't they do something about it? And why can't you, as a young man who is coming up, one of the up and coming young men in Kebbi State, do something about it? What have you been able to do?
We have been doing a lot of things in terms of awareness, most especially to the rural areas, how to be vigilant, and also for the state government, the governor himself, and some of the key people in the government. We try to, okay, look, these are the way, do one or two things so that it can ease most of this insecurity of the thing. Create businesses for these people, engage the youths, because all this issue of insecurity of it affects the youths more than anything. Because who are these people committing all these crimes? The government, they know them, and they can feed them out if they so wish. We have a governor in Kebbi State who, if you report anything bad about him, the next thing you do, he will send for you to be locked. He has done that in so many places which we have seen. But we are not afraid of him. And this time around, we are going to tell them to their face, they must do the right thing whether they like it or not. So it's not only just about the people like me can only talk and suggest, but we cannot implement anything in it. The people that have the right to implement, they will not do it. But rather they are busy traveling abroad with their children and their wives, enjoying themselves without even caring about the masses. So all these things need to stop. They need to understand it's about leadership. And these leaders need to understand that you are governing people, not your own family. It is not your property. And you have to stand up and do the right thing. Why are they living in peace, the governors and the president and other people? As you can all see, if you can remember, just last week when Tinubu was presenting the budget, unfortunately, and I'm sorry to use the word, shamelessly, Akpabio was telling the president that he should ease the issue of VIP protection police officers to the lawmakers to go to their various constituencies, because they can no longer go to their constituencies. Is it not a shame? And the president just smiled. Is this something for him to smile about? What is there to smile about? It means none of them can go to their various constituencies. Why? Insecurity. What have they done about it? Absolutely nothing. So now they're looking for security to go back to your own people. So now tell me, how are you going to campaign? That means you know that your people are living in danger. What about saying, President, make sure that these people have security. President, send military men to these people. President, send policemen to these people, but no, to themselves only.
Now, okay, let me take us back to the raging issue of the tax, the tax law.
Yes.
Which, of course, a member of the House of Reps has pointed out to some alterations to the law, yes, which was passed by the National Assembly, and the one that is now being circulated, or on which the tax law will be implemented at the beginning of the next year, in a few days from now. There's been quite a lot of talk about it. The presidency has reacted, and Nigerians and from all walks of life, civil society organizations have really come out to condemn that and showing that, look, this is quite a very unprecedented development. So what can you say about that? What can you construct to us what your thoughts are on this issue?
In a certain country, President Tinubu by now, or I'll put it to the Senate, by now they should have started impeachment process to impeach the president.
You think so?
Absolutely. He should be impeached for that.
Why?
Because, thank you. For you as a president, you send something to the Senate for approval. After they approve it, and then you project the gazetted copy as something that you have changed. It is a disgrace to the Nigerian Senate entirely. But unfortunately, this current Senate of Akpabio, they cannot process the impeachment.
Why do you think so? Already the House of Reps has already set up.
That is the House of Reps.
Yes.
From the Dasuki, thank you to Sadiq, thanks to Honorable Dasuki. That's only him talking. The Senate president is just like a puppet to the president. He do whatever the president wants. That's
quite heavy, you know.
It is absolute true. Everybody knows about it. It's there. We have seen Senator Dume questioning. We have seen what's happened between him and Senator Dume, Senator Goja and others. He thinks like he owns, just like I said earlier, they think like they own the government, like it's their own property, like personal property. That's how they see it. But unfortunately, the president is in Lagos cautioning people not to go and drink responsible because of the season of the Christmas. Now tell me, please, in a certain country, the president by now should be begging Nigerians, apologizing so that he should not be impeached at the Senate. But unfortunately, they will not do it, the Senate, because they are answerable to him. They can't do anything about it. How can you send something to the Senate and then later on you change it? Who changed it? Is it the Ministry of Information or is it the presidency? Has the president said anything about it? No.
Because there have been statements from Bayo Nanuga, the president's chief spokesman.
The president should be able to talk. The president should come out and talk.
Address the question.
Absolutely. He has to. It's a must for him. He's a president for a period of 4 years, not a lifetime president. He must understand that. His people must understand that as well. Because come 2027, there's going to be a presidential election. And I think, and I know, and I believe there's no way Tinubu will come back as a president in 2027.
What makes you think he will not come back?
The people are so tired.
Isn't that a partisan political? It's not. You're supposed to be, objective, but this is a partisan political statement you're making, and you want to assume that because you don't like the president or you are not with the president, that he's not likely to come back because of what you say. Are there any reasons that you have to adduce to us on the ground? Concrete reasons that Mr. President is not going to come out? Are you going to judge him based only of this tax issue or on other issues? You have to be concrete. You have to let Nigerians know the basis of your thinking.
Who is the government? The people. The president is just there representing the Nigerian people. It's a tax given to him for a period of 4 years. If he fails to do good, then they have the right to vote him out by all means at the general election. Now, tell me, what dividend of democracy are the people seeing in their various constituencies? Nothing. The only thing the people are getting is suffering, insecurity. That's the only dividend of democracy that the people are seeing so far. People are dying on a daily basis because of insecurity. People are dying on a daily basis because they have no lack of healthcare facilities.
But some people, some people will say, look, the president cannot be held responsible for what is happening in a constituency far removed from him. His own is to prepare the grounds and let the people, the representatives of the people at the various levels of government, whether it's House of Assembly, State House of Assembly, or House of Reps, or Senate, or governors, to do their bit. He cannot be everywhere at the same time, and then you blame the whole thing. After all, he has created a novel environment. That's what his spokesman and other people, other neutral observers have said. So if you say because of that, the president is going to come, are you being fair to the president?
Who is the number one of the country? The president.
Yes, he is.
You just said to me that the presidency have been sending some some money to cushion the issue of palliatives, some palliatives to the people to cushion the ease of the pain of the people, right? So it means it is the presidency that is sending the money down to the governors.
As constitutionally and legally
absolutely
required.
Then as a leader, what are you supposed to do? You are supposed to follow and check up. You are supposed to go, you are supposed to make sure that these things have been put in place.
But don't forget that there are opposition parties who would tell the president, if he tries to press, they'll say, look, this is not your constituency. This constituency did not, elect people from your...
Not this present governors.
So tell me.
Not this present government, the governors. Because you can all see what is happening. I think it was the time of governors from the 1999 to 2007, and then to sets of people like 2007 to 2015. Those are the real governors. The governors that can face the president and say, look, you cannot do this. But these governors that are busy decamping to the APC all the time, all of them, simply because of their interests, not for the interest of their people. So how can they caution the president? Have you seen any governor complaining? Does it mean that all the states are not, does it mean that all the states are now doing good? But no, because they know that the presidents, because they know they are answerable to the presidents. That is why they cannot talk. We have governors that are busy just buying luxury cars. Buying cars worth almost 500, 600 million naira. Just one car. While your people are suffering, dying on a daily basis. Are those governors? But so I can't wait for 2027.
Now,
most of them will go.
You are an up-and-coming youth. And the situation in the country, because we have, the statistics show that the youth are preponderantly, they make up preponderantly the number of people in Nigeria. I think in the 250 million people we are supposed to have in this country, yes, youths constitute about 60 to 70% or thereabouts of yes, the population of this country.
Yes.
And the youths are supposed to be the future. It's always said, the young men are
future of tomorrow.
Future of tomorrow. The future. They constitute the future. The leaders of tomorrow. Yet, what is the situation with the young men? And then, of course, let's also look at the fact that even some of the young men have fallen short of what is required of them. A lot of them now have not been able to come up to the plate to play in terms of taking responsibilities and doing those things that would even give confidence to Nigerians that the young people of this country can do better.
Okay, let me take you back in time. When the youths, you will say like, okay, they come up on the plates and then to be active. Can you compare the youths at the late 70s and the youths of nowadays? No. Why? Because the youths as of that time, they have no any problem to look for a job. No problem to go to school. No problem to have any issue with house rent or anything. Nothing. Because the government have put things in place for them. Now the youth of nowadays, what is killing us more? An ordinary youth nowadays, with only house rents, unemployment, it's enough to even shut you down. You are busy looking for how to pay rent. You are busy looking to how to get a job. You are busy looking how to get an admission into school. How can you? But they thought this is all something that the leaders planned. It is their plan, just to crush the youths, so that the youths would not have a say, so that they can control them with a little money. But no, the youths have said enough is enough. It's not going to happen in 2027. It's going to be a different ball game. The youths, the Nigerian youths are strong, we are productive, and then we are going to make sure that things are put in place in 2027. We are going to participate in the general election, and then we are going to make sure, because almost 70 to 80% of Nigerian voters are youths, we will make sure that all those people that are incompetent will not return elect. This is what we are planning.
So what is going to change? What's going to change in 2027? What are the youths going to do to change the situations practically and specifically?
Number one, we have to force the INEC to conduct a free and fair election. It's not an option for the INEC. It is a must for them to run a free and fair election, so that people whoever the people vote for, the mantle of power will be given to that particular person. And then we are going to make sure that we participate in many key positions so that we can become in all these key positions so that we can be active. And then make sure that there's job provision, atmosphere for the business. We are tired and we have said enough is enough. We are no longer going to be an errand boys. We are going to make sure that things are back on track. Enough is enough. These people have taken us for granted for so long, and it's not going to happen anymore. How long are we going to take just to be following them as errand boys? The only thing we get is SAPAs. No, we are past that level. Gowon was president at what age? Tafawa Balewa, they were all at 40s. Even just
early 30s.
Most of them. And even the governors in the set of 1992, most of them are early 30s and 40s. But now look at it. They have made us look at the age of 30, you can't even contest. They feel like, oh yeah, a small boy, go back and sit at home until you grow. When are you going to grow at the age of 30? Until you become 60? That's what they are thinking that we should do. It's not going to happen now.
But some people will also say that, look, some youths have become a disappointment. Some of the governors are actually, you can call them youths. And some of the people who have held positions in this country, responsible positions, have also been young men in their prime. But to a very large extent, some of them have not come up to specs. Some of them have not done what is expected of them to provide that leadership that people would say, look, in future, this is a person that we can comfortably feel that they will run the country better. The youth of this country, to a very large extent, that's my own opinion, but also the opinion of many people, seem to have lost it, seem to have lost that fervor, lost that grip, ability to dare and to do things. And so with this situation, how are we going to expect, how do we expect the youth to come up to spec in terms of rescuing this country from the hands of what is happening in the country? People like you, for instance.
What is the strength of every nation is the youths. That's number one.
Yes.
If the youth says, no, you are not going to rig election. No, you must create job opportunities. No, you must create business atmosphere. No, your children must school in Nigeria.
Is it just by word of mouth or by activism or what?
It's going to be activism. We're going to participate fully. We're going to come out fully to checkmate these people. We are not going to just stay at our homes, chat on media, just on social media. No. We are coming out, and then we are going to make sure that things will start working in this country. This is our country. We are not going anywhere, and we must sit all together in this country and then fix it, whether they like it or not. Enough is enough. We want this country to progress. That's what we are looking for.
For your own sake and for the sake of the future.
For the sake of the future as well. We are tired hearing about the futures of tomorrow. Since when? Since when? The only thing we get is after them is their children. So what about the other people? Most of them got admission to schools. Most of them become presidents, governors, senators, when their fathers are not even body in Nigeria. But because the system have arranged it in a way that everybody will benefit. But now they are making as if it's a family affair. If I retire, it's going to be my son, or my wife, or my daughter. Because as I'm saying recently, it's some people talking about saying Sheyi may likely contest for the governor of Lagos. So what are they planning? Is it going to be a family affair? They are going to run the government as a family affair or what? Maybe the wife should also contest for Senate and become the Senate president so that we know it's a family business. So that we can just change the name of Nigeria to become Tinubu country.
But are you not being personal? Are you not personalizing these issues? Because you see, running a country is a collegiate thing.
Sure.
And what we have today is that you have a president, we have all kinds of, arms of government, judiciary, National Assembly, and other institutions of government that also, contribute to the running of the government. And what you've been saying over the past few moments, it's about all is centered around Mr. President, whereas he alone cannot do this. Are you not being unfair to him?
Thank you for this question. We did not beg the president to come and be our president. He says he wants to be president. He practically said it is a milokon. We don't know what that means, but we know what it means in 2027. If you look at, they have made the whole system in Nigeria whereby the judiciary are now answerable to the president, to the executive. That is what we see. That is why you see the president presenting a budget, the National Assembly are singing his slogan on your mandate. What does that tell you? It means they have changed the whole system to become the president. He now controls almost everything.
But the Constitution prescribes checks and balances.
Judiciary, but they don't follow that. They don't. Look at the recent judgment by the Supreme Court, giving the president the right to remove elective governor. Do you know what that means? An elective governor who is elected by his own people, that he can remove him. What does that tell you? It means that Tinubu is going somewhere.
You're saying democracy is in danger in this
absolutely.
country. If you look at it cumulatively.
Absolutely. We have somebody who was once a Democrat, who have fought for democracy, and now is even worse than even dictators.
That's very strong.
Is that how we are going to survive?
That's a strong.
Is that how we are going to survive? It is the bitter truth. And we have to say it the way it is. What we are saying is like that.
You mean we're on the way to...
It's not, they're not working and planning on one party, like a one-party system. Is that democracy? The same Tinubu was the one fighting for the democracy some decades ago. And then now he's even making it worse. Trying to have like a one-party system. Is that a democratic president?
But the president said, look, it's not my fault if the opposition cannot come up to play, and and even Akpabio, Senate president, said the same thing, that look, it's not my place to make the opposition play its role. They are supposed to play their role, and then you can see that a very important member of opposition actually worked to destroy the party, more or less, that he is part of. So are you going to blame the president on that? I mean, if you don't have any concrete proof that the president is behind all these things, is that not just mere speculation?
We had Makinde saying that Wike particularly said what Makinde said he was there, that Wike said he's going to hold PDP for him. What does that mean?
Why didn't he say all these things now, all this time? Why is he saying it now?
Maybe because they are falling parts with Wike. He's only saying it because they are falling parts. Why didn't he make mention of since then? We expect him to mention it the very day they had that meeting, but he didn't, until things fall apart for them. But that's a sign to tell you that things, if God is fighting for you, sometimes you just need to go and relax. These are all things are now becoming clear and clearer. We have to make sure that this country starting from 2027. We have nowhere to go. This is our home, and we have to fix our home. Enough of all these blame games. The president is doing so many things wrong in the wrong way. About having his own cabinet saying things are working fine, they will say so because it is the government of his people, by his friends, and for his family.
So, in effect, you're saying that democracy that we have all fought for, it's now, on what they call ICU, intensive care unit.
Absolutely.
And anything could happen. So what is being done by the people who feel threatened by this
we will make sure it gets
I'm not just talking about pronouncement. I'm
absolutely.
Concrete.
Absolutely. The people will make sure it gets out of that ICU come 2027.
So how are you going to do it?
By electing a very vibrant candidate who can fix this country. A president is somebody who can see us all as Nigerians. Not just somebody who will just see us as one-sided family. Somebody that will see me and call me as a Nigerian.
The opposition seems to be in disarray. They don't even seem to get themselves together. They are, some of the major opposition parties are more or less, gone, in coma. Those that are existing seem to be in comatose positions, and those that are coming up do not seem to, add up together. So how can you say that we are going to save the democracy of this country from ICU when the ruling party is waxing stronger every day, day in, day out, and then you are saying this? Is this not just being rhetorics on your part?
Thank you. You see, as of early this year, Nigerians have given up totally on the issue of politics. Like there's no any hope. Because the renewed hope have become renewed hopeless. There's nothing to show. Until the emergence of ADC. That was when Nigerians realized, okay, now we have a future.
Really?
Absolutely. And the issue of saying that the opposition are now waxing everybody on their own side, the governors now decamping to APC and other things. Let me remind you, Iliyasu, in the last election, 2023, APC were having about almost 22 or 23 governors. APC. 5 governors in PDP were against it on presidential candidates. And some that are not against the candidates of the PDP then, Atiku Abubakar, were also sabotaging him behind closed doors. But yet, upon all the rigging and everything, Atiku still managed to get almost 6.8 million votes. With how many governors not supporting him? Almost 30 governors, and you think because the governors are moving to APC,
but lightning may not strike twice in the same place?
No, no, no. It tells you it's not about even the politicians anymore. It's about the people. The people don't care. Many of the governors will not even return. They know it, they will not return. The people have had enough of them. They know it. They're only just going there for a while. It's not about having governors all in APC. No. It's about the people. It's about the voters. Unless if they're going to rig the election. And even if they're going to rig it, it's not going to happen. There will be no room for rigging in 2027.
Why?
There will be no rigging. There's no way they can rig the election in 2027. There is no way. If he likes, he can make his son the INEC chairman. Whatever he does, there's no way they can rig the election in 2027. We have had enough of it. It's not going to work. And just like I said to you, the coming of the ADC have given Nigerians hope.
Yeah, but
Nigerians
the
have not seen
ADC
hope.
contains, by assessment, contains some of the people that were responsible in their previous positions for some of the problems we're having, which you are now saying you have given yourself a clean bill of health, when, of course, some of the people within the party of the ADC are also culprits in what is happening today in the country. For instance, let me even make a point from even your state. Malami, for instance, the former Attorney General, is now being getting the attention of detained by the EFCC. And there's quite a lot of an arm's length of infractions against him. And he is also trying to run for the governorship of your state, Kebbi State.
Yes.
And we've seen all the things that purportedly or allegedly being linked to him. Does that not contradict what you're saying, that the same people who are in ADC and who are part of your party or part of the party that you are sympathetic to are also part of what is happening?
You should look at why does Malami left APC? Why didn't he remain in APC? Will he be in detention in EFCC now if he's still an APC member? Why El-Rufai left APC? Why Aregbesola left APC? That's the question we should ask, because they see nothing good ahead of it. Now, okay,
so you want Nigerians just because El-Rufai and Aregbesola have parted ways with APC? Or
there is nobody that have
worked.
There's nobody that have campaigned and worked for Tinubu in the last election that El-Rufai did not. Nobody. And then now he's saying that, okay, this is not a good way for us to go. I'm changing my own direction. What does that mean? But
that's what people have said is self-serving, because he has not been given a position, or he has not been recognized, has not been reckoned with. So it's like sour grapes on this part of El-Rufai.
Do you think Tinubu will appoint somebody like Matawale of Zamfara and leave El-Rufai? Do you think Tinubu can appoint somebody like Atiku Gadu of Kebbi and leave El-Rufai? The issue of the ministerial candidate of a thing, it may be okay because there's a screen of a thing, the Senate and the DSS did not secure him through. That's fine. But if El-Rufai still wishes to be in that government, he will have been in that government. Because Tinubu knows what he means to him. He left willingly. He was one of the first to even leave the government. And if you can remember, during the campaign, El-Rufai said to him that, I don't want any position. I just want to campaign for you. It is Sep Tinubu that wished to, okay, I want to make you my own minister. That was what happened. Not like El-Rufai lobbying for him to get a minister. No, he does not. Let's see how he will win this election. The same nut that gave him about almost 60% votes, we'll see how he's going to get that vote from. It's a sign that if Tinubu is wise enough, it is a signal that Akpabio gives him that they need the police security for each of the member House of Reps and the senators to go back to their constituency. It means that the people are tired. That is what Tinubu should know. That is what it means.
Are you citing what happened in Sokoto, in Zamfara State with that?
And also in Katsina with Hadi Serika.
Are there indicators that, you know?
It is a sign that the youth are saying, no, we are not going to take it anymore.
And you think that will spiral into
absolutely. If you are not going to work for us, get the hell out. It's simple. We don't need you. We vote you in and then we'll vote you out. If you work for us, then we welcome you freely. That's how it's supposed to be.
You sense, as a grassroots man in Kebbi, you sense that's what's going to happen all across Nigeria, and the government would not, as usual, muzzle its way?
Muzzle its way? By how?
Well, that's
who are the government?
That's what we've seen that been happening.
The people are the government. If the people say, no, it's not going to happen, it will not happen. The people are the government.
Okay, let me hypothetically, what is the difference between Atiku and Tinubu in terms of ability, capability, and hypothetically, if the two, what's the difference really? Atiku has been a vice president of this country.
Yes.
A lot of people have said that, you know, under him, a lot of things, untoward things happening. And some people even say even Atiku might even be worse than Tinubu in terms of governance and all that. You know, so can you know...
Let me differentiate to you clearly. Atiku was a vice president from 1999 to 2007. And that was the best time for all Nigerians that we feel the real dividends of democracy. And that was when Atiku was in charge of the Economic Council. And we all know what happened. Atiku made sure that things worked right how it's supposed to be. Nigerians enjoy democracy. Nigerians feel democracy. Nobody feels neglected. Nobody can come and say, no, I am from Kebbi, no, I'm from Delta, no, I'm from Enugu. He all see everybody as one Nigeria. I'll come back to Atiku, and let me go back to Tinubu. They keep saying Tinubu make Lagos, which is a big lie. Lagos was once the capital of Nigeria. Lagos was already on its feet before Tinubu became governor in Lagos State. The only thing he did to Lagosians was just to tax them, finish. That was why he could not even win Lagos. You see what people did to him in Lagos. And then they are still lying to us saying that he made Lagos. He did not. Now we are seeing, it is not that we are seeing the true color of who Tinubu is. And we have tested it, it is bitter, and we are not going to take it into consideration. And then Atiku, on the other side, Atiku is somebody that sees us all as Nigerians. Go to Atiku's house, for example. You see different caliber of people, not visitors or the people that walk close to him. Igbos, Yoruba, Hausa, different caliber of people.
The same thing, you could say the same thing with Tinubu.
No. Go and check Tinubu. The person that gives Atiku water is an Igbo man. He's the only person that can give Atiku water to drink wherever Atiku is. Go and check.
Don't forget Atiku is the in-law of Igbos.
That's even more to say that he's even the perfect person for us now, in my own opinion.
Well,
because
anyway,
I would believe with Atiku we have a one Nigeria.
And we don't have one now?
No, we don't.
That's your opinion, or you think
that's why we see many of the appointees are all come from the southern side. I feel like they not have been neglected totally.
Are you speaking for the north or for the country? We're supposed to think about the country, not just the north, where you come from. After all, Nigeria is not made up of the north alone.
As a president, you are supposed to see us all as Nigerians. That's what I mean.
So anyway, let me just ask you this. This is a very, very key question.
Yes.
Even with Atiku there,
yes,
as a candidate in 2023, Tinubu was able to defeat him. And in 2027, with all the, instruments of power, incumbency and all that, you think Atiku has a chance? If Tinubu wants to muzzle the elections, hypothetically, you think Atiku has a chance to stop him?
A point of correction, Tinubu did not win over Atiku. It was rigged.
Oh, really?
Absolutely.
Now, that's a very serious allegation.
It was rigged.
Has it been established?
I was the national team leader of Atiku Youth Wing then. Nigerians massively vote for Atiku. We present all our court cases there, but because they know how to find their ways, and we are law-abiding citizens, we allow it to slide. I think one of our biggest mistakes was to allow it to go starting from the polling units. We should have made sure that we defend and protect our votes down from polling units. That was the mistake we did. And we're not going to allow it in 2027. That is why I said to you, there's no way he will rig this election. And there's no way he will resume as the president in 2027. Go out there, ask 10 Nigerians. 9 will say no to Tinubu. 9, if not even 10.
Really? You think so?
Go outside the street and ask. Just go randomly and ask. 9 or 10 will say no to Tinubu. This is even Abuja. Go back to the rural areas and ask.
Well,
there are some places you cannot even campaign for Tinubu.
Mr. President's spokesman, Bayo Naduga, said nobody, nothing can stop President Tinubu from winning the elections, that nothing.
Is he God?
He said so. Well, perhaps he knows something we don't know.
Is he God?
He's not. That's
only God can say be and it shall be. Not Bayo. Who is Bayo? Just an appointee.
But he's been in the the political circle.
He's just an errand boy. I don't even want to talk about Bayo. Let him just go. He's not
and
God.
Others too have said it. The governor of Lagos State, Sanwo-Olu, said the same thing. And what a few other people have said that.
He's only trying to protect himself. They all try to protect themselves. They enrich themselves. They can say anything they want to say. They can say whatever they want to say. We'll see how they will win in 2027.
Yeah, but it appears that Mr. President is doing his homework well. For instance, the whole of what they call Middle Belt or North Central is now under APC. Southwest, maybe 1 or 2 places, where it's not APC, but you can say the overwhelming sentiment is when presidential election comes, Mr. President is going to be elected by the states that are in opposition. Then the Southeast, which was thought to be the most difficult part, and South-South also seems to be, has joined the APC bandwagon. So in effect, more or less about 70 to 70% of Nigeria is now with the president's bandwagon. And you think this is not formidable enough to scare the hell out of the opposition?
No.
What's the basis of your confidence?
The only thing that we can be afraid of, is the people. If the people say, no, we are not going to vote for you guys, that's the only thing. We don't care. Let the whole 6 governors all be in APC. They will still lose election in 2027. I just gave you an analysis of what happened in the last election. Atiku had about almost 30 governors.
But why are you putting all your eggs in Atiku's basket? Don't you think there's somebody within the APC, ADC?
I am only giving you an example with Atiku because he's in ADC and then he's the better person he was in 2023 election. I'm just giving one example. Don't forget in that same ADC, we have Amechi now. Atiku is there now. Erofai is there now. Arebishola is there now. I don't want to talk about Obi for now, but we'll talk about Obi maybe in the next 2 weeks. So now look at it in this way. Somebody that have about almost 30 governors in 2023 managed to got only 8-point-something million votes. And somebody that have all these governors fighting against him got almost 7 million votes. What does that tell you? If I ask you now to mention 3 major candidates.
That is because Tinubu at that time did not have instruments in his hands, ability to do things and change things.
It was APC government.
No, the government is different. Don't forget that even within the APC...
But he still have upper hand. It is still an APC government. They have upper hand. Anyway. So, and then if you look at it now, okay, tell me, with all these people in ADC, and then the people are saying, we don't want you. How is he going to win?
Well, it's in the lap of the gods. Thank you very much, Honorable Idris Kalgo.
Thank you.
I wish you all the best in your activities, and we hope to, get you here again to discuss some of these issues because they've been very, very engaging.
Thank you very much.
And viewers, that's a wrap up on this edition of Sunday Politics. Compliments of the season and a prosperous new year, and a prosperous new year to you ahead. I think that new year is really going to be very exciting for politics, for Nigeria, and we hope that everything turns out fine at the end of the day. Thanks very much once again for being part of this program. Thank you very much.